I may not look it, but I am incredibly shocked. Not only does Gonzaga win the fight, but he wins by high kick to Mirko Cro Cop. It's not often you see a black belt in BJJ knock out a kickboxer, and I don't usually do these after show things, but it had to be done. That that just ended a rather horrible night for my picks. 3-5 for those of you keeping track. First time I've had a losing record. I'm sorry to anyone that actually was relying on my picks. I'll try better next time. Oh boy. For the record, my picks that didn't win were Bisping, Machida, and Arlovsky. Whoa. Anyways, big shout out to EFG 2000. We had a bet going on the Victor Valimaki-Alessio Sakara fight. I said Valimaki would win by TKO or submission. I don't remember how he said Sakara would win, but he said Sakara would win, and he did. You're the man this time. I look forward to challenging you to a fight on UFC 71, a similar bet. Hopefully I'll win that one. Anyways, well, let's get a rundown of the card, shall we? Just in case you weren't watching, you know, there's a couple dark fights and everything. But okay, here we go. First up, we had Paul Taylor, Heriberto Crocata. I didn't make a pick on this one. Paul Taylor wound up winning pretty early in the third round, TKO. Next, my pick, Dennis Siver. I picked him to win by submission. He got submitted by Jess Leouden. That's a bit of a backfire for the UFC, and it's kind of started my night off on the wrong foot. Next, the aforementioned Sakara Valimaki match. Sakara wins by technical knockout, 141 of the 44 of the first round. I said Valimaki would win by submission or TKO. I was wrong. Hopefully they bring the Matrix back because he's a very, very good fighter. Just hope to see him back. Anyways, Junior F. Senkau submitted my pick, David Lee, by rear naked choke. Second round. Doesn't give a time here. Second time David Lee's been submitted by his choke in the rear naked choke in the UFC, and could be a pattern, just maybe. I didn't pick him. Matt Grice, Terry Gilliam. Terry Gilliam won by a guillotine choke, 448 of the first round, which was a pretty good one. I got to see that fight. They broadcast it. It was a pretty good fight. A little back and forth. Cheek Congo won a majority decision over Asario Silva. I wasn't really that far off in this fight, except that Asurio's striking did not look good. He got dominated on the feet, and I said he'd take down Congo. I thought he would finish him there, or at least, you know, do enough for a decision, but he looked weak on the ground. You know, he took him down, he pinned him, but some weak ground and pound. I didn't even see a submission attempt. I wasn't really watching the fight, to be honest. We were eating barbecue pork and chicken at this point, which is really good. If you want the recipe, message me on YouTube. I will give it to you. It's quite delicious. If you like spicy stuff. Finally, I get a win here. Arlovsky over Werdum, unanimous decision. I still called that one. Werdum did not really try to take the fight to the ground, and that kind of really surprised me. He's only had the one real takedown attempt that I saw, and it was ugly. But anyways, hopefully they bring Werdum back, even though really bad showing. And UFC tends to drop you after that. I don't know. Maybe they'll send him to Pride. I don't know. Whatever. Michael Bisping with a TKO in 1 minute 40 seconds of the second round over the king of rock and rumble, Elvis Sinisek. No offense to Elvis, I hope to never see you in a UFC ring again. You've lost too many times, and you haven't really even been competitive in the last couple, okay? You were dominated by Bisping. You had one Kimura, and that was about really it. David Heath lost a unanimous decision to Lyoto Machida. I called it. I love it, you know. Basically went about what I thought, and yeah, that was my last win of the night, unfortunately. Mirko Krokop KO'd by Gabriel Gonzaga. 4:51 of the first round. I would like to say that was an ugly angle. Mirko's leg folded up under his body on. I would also like to say Mirko got dominated on the feet and on the ground. He landed one kick. One. Got taken down for throwing it. Got beaten on for a bit. Wasn't really in any trouble on the ground, I'll say that. He did a good job of defending himself, but it's nothing offensive. Herb Dean stood him up. Yeah, it was okay stand up. And then Gonzaga throws a high kick. I hadn't even seen him throw one of those. It hits Mirko flush. He goes down and bends his leg at an awful angle. And he is done. Oh boy. Someone lost a lot of money on this fight. Not me. I actually did not bet on it because I couldn't find anyone that would take Gonzaga. Oh, I bet they wish they did now. Anyways. That's kind of all I got to say. Chuck Liddell, Quentin Rampage, UFC 72. Talk to me, EFG 2000, because I need my redemption. I really do. 3 and 5 this card. It can't get worse. Anyways. Peace out, people. Usual. Leave comments, suggestions, etc., etc., etc. Call me a jackass if you really need to, but